out there today. Is Ian Smith doing all right? I noticed that he wasn't out there.
He's good. Yeah. We figured he needs some extra minutes, and so he's going to be with T2.
We've seen Anthony and David DaCosta link up play look really bright the last couple of games. How will that look a little bit different when it's Jonathan Rodriguez at that left wing slot instead of Anthony?
Well, they're different players, obviously, Anthony and Jonah Rodriguez. We've seen it last year, but we can good players will find good players no matter what. So, David DaCosta, much like Evander last year, they'll adapt to whoever they're playing with. And Jonah will have a couple of different runs, will have a couple of different movements than Anthony, but both equally good and equally dangerous for the opposition. And David will find them.
Diego Luna's got, I think, 7 of their 12 goals this year. How is he different than your average MLS left winger or number 10?
I don't know how much different he is from other guys. I just know that he's a really good player and he's extremely important to their team. He's single-handedly carrying them to the position that they're in right now, and
guys
so
are talking to the Anthony whisperer.
And so, he's something we're going to have to pay attention to tomorrow, obviously. But there's more players on that team. They've got some good pieces.
Did you coach him with the U.S.?
I did not have the pleasure to coach him, but he would have been one that I would have liked to have coached. He seems like a good kid.
What are some of the challenges when the schedule gets so compressed? You had Saturday, you've got tomorrow, you've got another one on the weekend. How does that impact what you guys do?
Well, the main thing is to not overdo it with the minutes for the same players. So, there'll be some rotations coming in the next couple of games, and just to make sure that we don't get players hurt and injured for longer periods of time. It's better to sit one out right now than to lose 6, 7, 8 games with a muscle injury later on. So, there'll be some rotations. But the good thing is that every team in the league is battling the same issue, and every team in the league is going to be tested on their depth. It's going to be tested on their resolve, and I think we're in a good spot. We're full of confidence, and I think the guys that have come on that haven't been regulars have done really well for us.
And then one last question, just mostly about the difference between last year's road form and this year's road form. What do you attribute the biggest difference to that being, with the opportunity to tie the record for how many road wins you had last year in tomorrow's game?
I think it's a mentality thing. I think this year's mentality has been from the get-go. It's like we don't care where we play, and I think we have 11 guys on the field that have that same mentality. And the mentality is, we're going to work hard, we're going to play hard, and we're going to get ours. And they have done that this year, with the exception of 2 games. I think we've done really, really well on the road. I think it's a mentality of all 11 guys working their absolute hardest, and that they've done. And they've stuck to the game plan. And when they do that, when they're disciplined, then we get results.
Do you remember Rob playing at altitude when you were playing in MLS and RSL in Colorado?
I do. Colorado affected me tremendously. RSL, for whatever reason, did not. I don't know. It's just 1,000 extra feet from what I understand. So I don't know. The 1,000 feet made a huge impact on me, at least. But RSL, I have fond memories of as a player. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, final thing for me, Kevin Kelsey, obviously a bright start to his Timbers career, but as somebody that has so much experience with these younger attackers, what's that next facet to your game that you're really honing in on?
The next facets, he's going to have to try to use his right foot a little bit more. And then the other part is if you see the difference between him and some of the more experienced forwards is the hold-up play. I think he can be better with the frame he's got. I think he can be better at hold-up play. So we're working on those kind of things.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.